The Million Hoodie March downtown in Syracuse tonight began with hundreds chanting their support for the late Trayvon Martin, and their voices went quiet at 7:17, the same time police discovered his body. Surveillance cameras have been in the store for about 15 years, and this is the first time they've had to use them for a break-in, and it was the video from these cameras that helped lead to an arrest. Earlier tonight, we also spoke to a few residents who live in the neighborhood, and they told us just how much this store and their safety means to them. And once again, Norman, thank you. And Cody, you know, this weekend there are going to be more passengers coming in and out of here, and maybe they'll have experiences on the good side like Norman has here today. This legal battle has been going on for the past several years, but parishioners say it's about more than getting back into the church. It's about regaining the community they once had. Sales for organic milk increased 16% last year, and farmers are still struggling to keep up with the demand. So one option they're taking, selling it right on the farm. They'll be exploring other opportunities to place these workers being laid off within the company, and one of those branches is just a few miles down the road in Ithaca. In Cortlandville, reporting, I'm BrennanSomers.
Trayvon Martin! No justice! No peace!
Nearly 1,000 people marched through downtown Syracuse tonight in the 1 Million Hoodie March for Trayvon Martin.
This march is to educate and empower the community that our lives are worth more.
The Syracuse Peace Council sponsored the event following the Florida teen's death last month.
Trayvon Martin!
Who are we?
And after weeks of violence and shootings in Syracuse, many hope the Trayvon Martin case can bring about change right here in central New York.
First, it's about Trayvon Martin and the tragedy, but secondly, because there's a lot of things not only going on in Florida, but also in other people's communities that hit home, you know, with what happened with him. He's not here because someone didn't value his life. So, I mean, that's what we want to spread in Syracuse, that, you know, we should value one another.
The Million Hoodie March downtown in Syracuse tonight began with hundreds chanting their support for the late Trayvon Martin, and their voices went quiet at 7:17, the same time police discovered his body. People from all walks of life took part in the march, and organizers were surprised by the outcome.
We had a Facebook following, 1,200 people confirmed that they were going to show up, but just to actually see it happen, it just makes me feel really good. So my hurt is turning into hope.
Keynote speakers addressed the crowd from a podium in Clinton Square. The crowd was chanting, singing, and ended with a candlelight vigil honoring the victims of violent crime in central New York. Reporting in Syracuse, I'm BrennanSomers. Every day like clockwork, a familiar sound echoes across Ithaca, New York. For nearly 145 years, the tolling chimes in the McGraw Clock Tower have provided a reassuring heartbeat to campus life at Cornell University. But who are the artists behind these 21 bells? Meet the Cornell Chimes Masters.
I don't think everyone knows that people actually play the bells. I'll frequently get people that come up to the top and they're so shocked that someone's actually playing the music. They always thought it was just a computer or something.
Kevin Giroux is a senior chimes master, a historical fraternity of sorts. He's one of just a handful of students selected each year to play the chimes.
To me, it's just like the center of campus, really. The symbolic center, because you see the clock tower on all the Cornell insignias and stuff. And it's just something that students hear every day, and everyone knows the clock tower, so I just thought it would be a cool thing to get involved in.
Playing the chimes is something that less than 0.1% of Cornellians get to do, so it is very unique and special.
Claire C. is the head chimes master, responsible for coordinating daily concerts, schedules, and the spring auditions for next year's Chimes Masters, a 10-week process looking for the most creative players.
You need to be able to play the 3 main Cornell songs, and then we assign 2 other pieces that are harder, and we want to listen to that and make sure that you play it correctly, like rhythm-wise and note-wise, but also very expressively, using a lot of dynamics and phrasing, and like you sound like a musician as opposed to just like a computer playing the notes or something like that.
So what do you have to do to become a chimes master? Well, first you have to be able to play the chimes, you have to be able to read the music, and then you also have to be able to climb 161 steps up the tower every time to perform a concert.
It was tough. I basically lived in the tower for 10 weeks, I guess, and any chance I got, like I usually practice here like from 10 to 12 a.m., 10 p.m., and it was really tough, but it's worth it. Yeah.
Junior chimes master Jenny Shav is one of the few students selected the year she tried out and says the greatest part about being a chimes master isn't playing the chimes.
I personally really like when I come in the morning, I open the door and look outside at the lake. That's really nice. And I mean, obviously the playing part and that the entire campus can hear, but I just like the view and just the feeling of kind of like owning the tower almost.
Concerts are open to the public, and the playlist of song titles runs deep, from Beethoven's Fifth Symphony to the pop rock hit Hey Soul Sister by the music group Train. But the original pieces written and passed down by former chimes masters, Giroux says, get some of the best reactions.
If you're playing something that's written specifically for the bells, I'll always hear visitors afterwards saying, wow, that one, I loved Harry Potter, I loved Lady Gaga, but that one piece was really beautiful. That's the one that I liked the best. So I think that's what's really special about the bells for me.
As the sun sets on Cornell and on Giroux's last term playing the chimes, the sounds of this clock tower tradition will carry over next year to a new generation of Cornell chimes masters. Reporting in Ithaca, I'm BrennanSomers, NCC News.